What is up, everybody? My name is Justin from Party Rail Knowledge, and I have my buddy here, Adam, the tent guy. What's up, Adam?
Hey man, how you doing?
Pretty good. Today, basically, we're here to talk about what you have going on and how you started your business. You want to talk about how you started your business? But first of all, how much money did you make this year? Like, let's not just start talking to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
I have no idea what I made this year because I haven't looked at anything yet. But last year it was like 640,000 in the party rental business by itself. Now, obviously, I have more stuff than that, but the party rental business was 640,000.
Alrighty. How did you start your business?
Well, I was at college at the University of Buffalo in New York, and I just met a dude, and he became my roommate year 2. And he worked for a party rental company that was out of Buffalo and Rochester. And people don't know that's really close to each other. So I would go work with him occasionally when they were doing stuff in Buffalo and just make a little bit of extra money. And then I used that to be able to go get a job in my local area at a party rental company. And I just worked an entire summer doing that. But that's when I saw the receipts or the invoices, and there was a lot of money. And I was like, oh, really? People are making this much money doing rentals. I think I can do rentals. So 2 weeks before I graduated high school, college. I decided I was going to buy some equipment and start a party rental company. So I maxed out some credit cards, cashed my bonds that my grandparents were saving up for me forever, which they thought was a lot of money, but it really wasn't. And bought some stuff, took some ads out in the local newspapers back at home, started renting stuff out. And I didn't think much of it. I got 3 tents. I didn't have any tables or chairs, and I'm just renting them out using my mom's SUV, making decent money for, 21 or 22. I got normal jobs during that time frame, but always did that. And about 3 years in, I was doing good. I had tables, chairs, I had more tents, but I was still just doing it on the side of trying to get a career. Well, my buddy from Rochester and Buffalo, he was basically running the company he was working for. And they ended up not paying him very well, no benefits, nothing, not what he was worth. So he's talking to me, told him how much I was making, and he's like, all right, I'm going to quit there and start my own. So he started his own, and then he got immediately into weddings because he's been doing this since he was like 13. He knows. People just driving around, you don't see like weddings, they're in people's backyards. So I was like, I don't know. Well, he showed me the numbers, what he was making. I was like, okay. I'm gonna start doing weddings. So I put my truck up on a loan called collateral and took out $20,000 and booked the entire summer of weddings, the following summer. Well, actually, I didn't take the money out yet. I booked an entire summer of weddings. I didn't have anything yet. So I put my truck up for collateral and then got a loan in the winter and bought everything. And then from there, it was just keep putting money back in. And then one day, it's literally just like one day you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I don't have to worry about anything really. I got a shit ton of money.
You just woke up one day and were like, oh, I'm rich.
Basically, like I was just always in the mindset, like putting it back in, grow. And you're not really changing the way you're living much. And then all of a sudden, just one day, literally, I just woke up one day and I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, it's me growing my company has been amazing experience. The channel's half about documenting my growth, but also like half becoming a resource for the industry and documenting other people's growth. So it's great that you're here.
Yeah, thanks.
What was your most difficult business skill to learn?
That's a hard question. I knew it was coming up, but like, I don't know. I don't really think of anything as difficult because nothing's really difficult. I don't know how to put that in a way without not sounding facetious or whatever, but literally anything you do, as soon as you're done with it, you're like, oh, that wasn't that hard. I don't have an answer. It was all.
I don't know. In your videos, because you have your YouTube channel, in your videos, you actually said that like getting out of the office and hiring somebody for an office job and and getting
okay.
like
That wa- that was a long, like, learning curve. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that as difficult. So every business owner kind of wants to be involved in everything, and they get nervous giving tasks away or whatever. But in reality, your business can never really grow until you can get out of the way. So you can focus on what you're good at. Let someone do the office, let someone do the marketing, whatever. Otherwise, you're just always, you don't really own a business, you own a job if you literally have to be there for everything. And I've always found it very difficult to take any time off, or I couldn't take a week off really because I knew the week was going to get all fucked up if I wasn't there. So that was very difficult. It's still difficult. I still have to be there quite a bit, but I'm working on me not needing to be there at all. Get away. If I don't need to be there for a week, it's not going to fall apart without me. And that is a lot to do with systems, or like things that we are choosing to take on. Some of the things we choose to take on require takedown on Saturday morning, or they have things there that could break down. So there needs to be someone to go fix them, and trying to get away from kind of that stuff so that my business is a dumber version of what it is right now, just easier to run. So yeah, that is a difficult thing, and everyone's going to go through it. But when you go to sell 20, 30 years later, an investor is going to come in and buy your business if it can run itself. If it can't run itself, then they're basically buying themselves a job, and that's not what they want their money to do. They want to buy a business that is going to give them cash flow every month and not have to worry about that business existing without them having to be there. So everyone should try to set their business up to exist without them.
yeah, that's one of the things that you actually taught me. And that's get out of, you know what I mean? Try and be out of the office and out of the truck, and both of that. But you have to get out of the truck first so you can scale the office, and then get out of the office. But we don't, because we all start in the truck. We all start in the truck.
Yeah, everyone's starting doing everything, but you're not making any money that way. My biggest jump in money was when I hired another person to handle a second crew instead of one crew trying to do everything. You think it's going to cost you money hiring another person and 2 other people under him, 3 people. What really happens is you double your money and you're paying a little bit in wages. So there's 3 people out in the world making you like $200,000, and you're paying them total $40,000 maybe for the summer. So you're making $160,000 off of three dudes. You could not be doing that with just yourself and 2 dudes in your truck.
And we're in a labor job too, so when you throw more labor at it, like it's the job only takes so much time. So you throw more labor at it, it's still going to take the same amount of hours, usually the same way. Where you start eating up extra hours is in the truck and driving time.
Yeah.
Speaking of employees, tell me about your worst one.
I'll tell you the worst experience, and I'll tell you the most recent worst one. So one year I had a lot of college kids. They leave in, September? So I needed to find people, so I put ads up on Facebook. And someone on the Facebook group said that when you're doing a Facebook job posting, put at the very bottom, do not respond directly to this ad. Call this phone number. If you don't call this phone number, I know you can't follow directions. We don't want you. I thought that was really cool. But I did get 2 people who read the whole thing, and they ended up calling. Well, actually, the dude who sucked, his girlfriend read it. So he never read it. If he would have read it, he would have been the person who responds directly on Facebook. But because she read it, she gave it to him. So he calls, and he tricked me. I'm thinking, okay, this guy knows how to follow directions. So I hired him. He was like a 52-year-old man. He was dying every single day, just dying. And then one day he didn't show up. And he didn't show up for like 3 days. Me and my office guy left the office to go on a measurement, measure someone's yard. I guess we forgot to lock the office door. When we came back, he was asleep on the break room couch. And he wakes up and he's stumbling everywhere. He's drunk. And he was coming in drunk every single day, basically. And he's like, I'm here for my money. And I'm just like, I don't carry that much money on me. Call me the day before and say you're coming in, and I'll give you your money. He's like, I just need my money. No, I didn't have your phone number. Meanwhile, he's wearing my shirt, and the phone number was right on it. And I was like, yo, dude, we've replaced you. He's like, really? Why? I'm like, you didn't show up for 3 days. I replaced you. So whatever, he leaves and comes back the next day and gets his money. The other dude that I hired that same time, I had to hire 2 dudes. He was the dumbest person I ever met. You know, the definition of insanity is doing things over and over the same way and expecting different results. Well, we showed him the way to do things, and he would just do them the wrong way every single time. He was the dumbest human being I ever met. And then this past summer, some of my employees had a friend, and they were like, we don't know if he's going to be any good. Well, he came and worked, and he was just stupid. He was just stupid, and he would always be like, I hate this job. Meanwhile, you got 7 guys around you who love the job. I don't understand why you hate it. He was just a lazy bum.
Your face. I hate this job.
Yeah, he was just a lazy bum. He inherited a bunch of money from a death in the family, and so he never really needed to work. But he has a gold digger girlfriend, so it's running out. So he just never worked before. And then your first real job, I think it was 22, is manual labor.
So another lesson you learn is basically your employees will become your family. You will know everything about them, their deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh, in the party rental business, for sure. If you have some sort of office situation, probably not.
Oh yeah, man. I've literally listened to people talking to their girlfriends and stuff like that for hours and hours, and just talking to their girlfriends or wives and all that stuff.
So for the people out there, if you don't have a party rental business and you're going to start one of the best things about it is in the truck, just talking to your employees. They become your friends. And the crazy, I can't repeat most of the stuff that we would say in the truck. It's just really fun. And that's the reason why the job is fun, is because you're with people messing around.
What are your most important lessons?
My most important lessons is efficiency and focus on the bottom line. Now you're going to be watching TikTok videos and YouTube videos, and everyone's going to be talking about getting to $1 million, $5 million, $10 million. And yeah, that's great. That's magic number, right? But say you have $1 million bounce house company or $1 million party rental company, but your margins to operate that are 30%. At the end of the day, you're only taking home. I messed all that math up. Oh, 10%. Sorry. So $1 million party rental company that's just focused on growth, just getting things done, buy more stuff, and your margins are 10%. You are going to take home $100,000 as your salary, basically. That's your profit. But if you drop down to a $600,000 company and focus on being efficient, buying tools for efficiency, but you raise your margins say up to 30%, off of that $600,000, now you're taking home $180,000 off of less work. Your guys are happier. You can afford to pay them more. You're taking home more. Life's not as crazy. You don't want to blow your brains out. You're not getting behind. You're making less money, but the profit is more because you improved your margins. And the way to do that is by focusing on efficiency. And by focus on efficiency, you need to set up systems. You need to buy equipment, which means you need to spend some money for some things to make yourself go faster, because this business is not really a party business. The end result is a party. We end up throwing a party, but what we do every single day is material handling and logistics, getting things on the truck from the warehouse to the truck, from the truck to the site, and do it all over and installing things. So anything you can buy to make transporting stuff and installing stuff faster, that increases your profit, and you get to make more money from what you're currently doing, and then save time so you can fit more stuff into a day and make more money that way. So efficiency. And focus on the bottom line. Focus on getting that profit margin higher.
So you got a couple YouTube channels. You just started a tent course. What other stuff you got going on? Hawk some stuff. Sell something.
All right, so my number one thing is a party rental course. I started my YouTube channel just being like, hey, I know this shit. Let me talk to people. But then it started getting overwhelming. If you look at my freaking Facebook messages, there's a million people I don't know in here asking me questions. So I had to narrow it down, create a funnel. I want to focus on the people who are actually serious. I don't want to be answering a billion questions. And I feel a little weird about that, charging money for this, but it's taking a lot of my time. So I created a course and I have a Patreon. The Patreon is for direct access to talk to me. The course, I was very nervous about doing a course because a lot of courses are crap. So I went way overboard. My course is 31 and a half hours long and I keep adding to it. And the people that have taken it have loved it so far. So the course is $450. Honestly, I wish there was a course when I started because I made about $200,000 worth of mistakes. I didn't know anything about efficiency. Basically, for $450, I would have saved about $250,000, $300,000 in mistakes and labor and all this stuff. So I would have gladly paid for a $450 course back in the day. And then I have the YouTube channel, The Tent Guy, and also a YouTube channel / TikTok that's the same content on each, called Real World Side Hustles, where it focuses more on any sort of way of making money. And if you want to know the rest of my life, I own a 12,000 square foot Airbnb that we allow events at. So we do our tents there sometimes. I just bought a venue and then we just randomly got a second venue. I got a restroom trailer company and a catering dishware company, but those kind of work with my main company.
So just like a radio ad, who is the best resource center in the party rental industry?
Party Rental Knowledge, which I also work with this dude who's, at the Care Bear convention right now. Justin's building all these resources and this website for everyone. And, I've shot some ideas over at him. PartyRentalKnowledge.com.
Appreciate that, man. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Check you on the flip side.